Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we'd like to give all praise and glory honor to
Power, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekapadash.
double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yakim pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, we're out here once again. We're at Hebrew Israelites. Come week in, week out. Prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America, and also to let our people know who are the true Hebrew Israelites, so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, and telling them, to repent and come back to the Heavenly Father. All right, we have the main camp going over here to the left of it, and we have, the elders camp going up over here. Also, the younger brothers as well. They have one going, so, spirit is going. The word is coming out. The spirit of Yahweh was shot. And as mentioned, we're here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. And he runs Babylon the Great. We're in the last days of Esau Edom. All right? And we're here to call out and basically let our people know who is your enemy. All right? Who is Esau Edom? That is the so-called white man. All right? And he was going to be ruling in these times here that we're in. Because his last days started with Yahweh Shai basically laying his life upon the cross. You know what I'm saying? For us to receive mercy. You know what I'm saying? And we go ahead and jump right into it.
Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the apart and sunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yeah. So when is the end of the first, meaning the end of this world, and the beginning of it that follows? All right. When is that second death is going to happen? The first death was what? By way of flood. This time it's going to be by way of fire. Now, Ezra's asking, when is the end is going to happen? When is this going to be? And like I just mentioned, the time that we're in now is the end. All right?
And that's always been the question of even the disciples, man. They asked Yahushua, how shall we know when we're in the end? And Yahushua gave those, you going to bring it out there.
It's Matthew chapter 24, and I start at verse 3, and it reads, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
You see, there was always a question. That our forefathers always asked, man. They even asked them, hey, shall you now restore the kingdom unto Israel? You see? So you got to, hey, if you asking those questions, you in the right mindset, man. Because you got a lot of our people not even paying attention to what's going on the planet Earth. Right. Here it is, you have these wars, like the brother said, the wars, the rumors of wars, man. You have these train derailments, all these animals that is dying off. You got the bizarre weather that's happening all across the planet Earth. Right here, even in California, man, it's a damn blizzard, man. You see? That's the first ever, man. But our people still not paying attention to these signs, man.
That's why I said saying nature is now, we're supposed to measure our time diligently in itself. We're measuring it. We're basically looking at the times, we're looking at the prophecies, and also, as Duhan just mentioned, we're looking at the events that occur. And we say, okay, this is prophetic right here. So we're basically here to call it out and basically let our people know, hey, what's coming. And we got to basically preach throughout this word throughout the world, because our people are scattered throughout all nations, because we've been scattered throughout the entire world.
And it said, and in that verse, the third verse, it spake of the end of the world.
Right.
It's not talking about the end of the earth, man. When you got to go into these words. When you go into that word in the Greek, it's ion, which means the end of an age, a time period. Going into this devil's rulership. I just want to prove that real quick, if I can, real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4. And it reads, One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So the earth abides forever, man. So when it speaks of the end of the world, it's not talking about the end of the earth. It's talking about the end of an age, a time period, a rulership. You've heard of the age of Aquarius, the different things, dealing with a time period. Back in Matthew 24 verse 4, it says, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many, which that's going on as we speak, man. A lot of deception going on, man. So you got to be very careful. But at the end of the day, the Lord has to be dealing with you. for you to not get caught up in the snares and traps. Verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, you see? But it's just like I think it's another chapter where he basically said that these are the beginning of sorrows. That's why he said the end is not yet. You see, now we're coming into those times, man. We're in them right now, man. But you got a lot of our people, even just a lot of Americans, man. I say that a lot of these Americans are not paying attention to what's truly going on the planet Earth, man. They're only concerned about what's going on at their job, little shit like that, little peon shit, man. Shit that they can see around their neighborhood, man. Right now, they can't look, especially our people, they can't look past their neighborhood. You see, the nigga, all the nigga do is watch ESPN, man. Fucking sports. That's all our people is concerned about. Here it is. But here it is. You have your enemy getting ready to come down with great wrath. Okay, you see the Lord is moving on the planet Earth to the point where we see these things that we've been speaking about, starting with the apostles and elders of great millstone, these famine and all this great judgment that the Lord is about to bring on the planet Earth. It's getting ready to happen now, man. We in those times, man.
Like I say, Esau got a clock, a doomsday clock. Let you know when basically the moment of doom, when basically going into World War III, that third woe. He's letting you know, and we're what, a couple of seconds from it. All right, it's been ticking up. So even Esau is letting you know, hey, this is going to be the end of what things that you see. It's going to be the end of this mirth, this enjoyment. It's going to be the end of, going out, grabbing beers with my friends and trying to holler at women every Friday and Saturday, going partying. All of this is going to be gone from the streets. It's going to be all type of madness that's about to occur.
God, and it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, man. Those things are happening as we speak, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Russia making threats to the West. You got the West, but what was the guy that said if you basically you not going to raise your children, somebody else will raise your children. You got the West responding back. All of these things. They're doing exercises, war exercises. All these things are going into those wars and rumors of wars, man. But it says, see that ye be not troubled, going into the disciples, man. The men of the Lord, because at the end of the day, when you read in Isaiah 33:6, it says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation.
Right.
Because we understand by way of this knowledge that these things, like he said, must needs be. They have to happen, man. It's part of prophecy. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to bug out in these times. That's why we're not going to be troubled. When we're not troubled when we see or hear these things, man. As a matter of fact, we get joyous, we get happy, celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Because we're ready for this place to go down, man.
Right. That's why the scripture is saying Isaiah 33 that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time. Yeah. Like the brother said, man, we know what's happening, man. Right. You see, these people don't. So when the Lord really started to turn that knob up on this place, man, these people are gonna lose their fucking mind. Right. What am I gonna do for my job? Oh God, this. I'm losing this, I'm doing that. But the Lord and all, he gave us the heads up, like, look, bro, this gonna happen. Be cool. Like the brother just reading, man. So
it says, but the end is not yet, because there's still some things that have to go down, man. Some prophecies have to happen. Exactly. We're not there quite yet, but we're close, man. Verse 7, and it's going to go into the things to look for. It says, for nation shall rise against nation. You have these all-out race wars out here. These different nations going against each other out here, man. Right. It says, and because they're going to be in full survival mode out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, and for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Going into your third world's war, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is prophesied in the scriptures, man. 3 woes. When you read in Revelation the 8th chapter, that spirit was put in the earth by the angel, man.
Right. Like I say, what I'm saying, this is going into what? Bad times. These days right here is only going to get worse. Ephesians 5, around the 15th, 16th verse. We're supposed to be watching, circumspect, keep your head on the swivel, and look at the things that are happening around you. A lot of people are going to understand that America is prepping for war.
Right.
They keep feeding things to Ukraine. You got to understand, Ukraine and Russia is at war. What did they just sign not too long ago? Basically signed to be a part of what? The NATO and EU. So they have united with. One thing, when you basically join forces with the NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization, If you go one of those members go to war, basically we all go to war. So this is basically setting up. World War III is happening right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's here. The wars and rumors of wars. It's only now it's wars. These are the wars. The rumors are not going. Basically, it's going to be disannulled. It's just going to be straight war. That war is going to spread, and it's going to be on the shores of America.
Hey, I just said it.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
He said, "Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Yeah.
We're in World War III.
Yeah.
You know, Trump.
Yeah.
You know, Trump saying it right now. You know, hey, we're in World War III. I've been right a lot. They tell me I've been right about everything. I've been right about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You know, but hey, he said, hey, they calling it, man. They have never done that shit before, man. You know what I'm saying? Proving where we are in this timeline, man. So these things are happening. So the kingdom coming against kingdom is coming, man. We're already there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's your World War III, which is Armageddon. I'm a God one. You know what I'm saying? In the Hebrew, it says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And you all, and of course, us in the know, we know this devil is manufacturing the, you know, one of the biggest, the greatest, most terrible famines that's about to hit this place, man. You know what I'm saying? It's being manufactured right before these people's eyes, man. You know, this devil is burning up food factories, buying up all the farmland, putting the chickens together to death, putting cows and cattle to death. You know what I'm saying? He got them ships out in the harbor, not letting them come in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're I said buying up the farmland, right?
Yeah.
Okay, calm. Billy Goat out here buying up all the farmland. So hey, it's going down, man. This famine, the famine is coming, man. A major famine that's going to affect the whole globe, man.
Right.
So it says in the pestilences, of course, you already know we just dealt with this last a few years. You know, that sea. You know what I'm saying? That sea, that crown vic. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, they've had their different variances. You know what I'm saying? And I just read not too long ago, like last week or so recently, of this kid, I think he was like 11 years old, dying of some flesh-eating disease. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's a lot of different things that's coming into the earth, which goes into those pestilences, man. You know, and it says in earthquakes in diverse places. We just had a Turkey and Samaria over there, or Syria, Salakia, Syria, where 50,000+ people got put to death, man. And right after that, 2 weeks later, it hit there again, another one. You know, the Lord ain't playing games, man. He mad as hell at them over there, man. You know, so those earthquakes in diverse places is happening, man. And it says, verse 8, it says, all these are the beginnings of sorrows, man. So this is the beginning.
Yep. At the beginning of joy.
Man.
Beginning of sorrow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that Murphy's gonna be gone out this place.
Yep.
You know, as you mentioned, you got all these things happening. You got to understand, Esau with pollution, all these things. He's already been destroying the world. So the thing is, the Lord just speeding things up for what? For the elect's sake. We started with going into the Euphrates being dried up. You know, all these things are going to come to play. Hey, so what manner of man will you be? Because like you say, because the days are evil, we're supposed to be circumspect. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the times that we're in and measuring the times diligently in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said.
Well, I just dropped that. What you mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out since you mentioned it. You know about the Lord shortening the days. I'm in that same chapter, Matthew the 24th chapter. I'm gonna drop down to verse 21. The point is in verse 22. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation." You know, you got groups out here saying it ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, man. Right. You know, when it clearly tells you in the book of Acts, the 14th chapter, verse 22, that through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? These groups are off, man. So it says, for then shall be great tribulation. It's right there again, man. Great tribulation, man.
The scriptures talk about too, like you said, bro, you got a lot of these groups out here saying, you know, like you just don't mosey on into the kingdom without going through something. You see? But here it is, the scriptures talk about in Revelation, the hour of temptation that's going to come upon all the world to try everyone, bro. You know? It didn't say just the, you know, just everyone of the elect on now, man. Even the elect is going to get tried, man. Right. You see? Right.
It says, "But then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be," which reminds me of Daniel the 12th chapter. You know what I'm saying? So like any other since there was a nation coming upon the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that don't sound, you know what I'm saying, like anything good to me, man. When I read these verses, man. Verse 22, it says, and except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know, like the Quran mentioned, man. You know, the Lord is shortening the days, and you can see, you know, everything is passing fast as hell, man. You know, the days, the weeks, the months, the years are passing fast, man. So this thing comes, the Lord ready to wrap it up, man. The water Yahweh Shai, because we ready for the Lord to wrap it up, man. You know?
This is the first quarter of 2023. We're already wrapping up the first quarter. It's basically being wrapped up right now. You know? This is almost up for the first quarter of 2023. Look how fast things are going. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Then we're starting to see this action. You know, we got the Passover coming up. And look at all the things that happening right before the Passover. So when, you know, every year during the time of the Passover, it seems like Lord, he started lighting the fire under this place. We're going to see some bad times. It's only going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? For the people that's basically putting all their eggs in the basket here for Babylon to flirt. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be like in Matthew 6, throwing our churches up in heaven, not here in hell. All right? In the place that destruction is coming forth. See? All this stuff is going to be gone. All right? And Lord having the prophets to come out here and tell you, hey, time is short right now.
The prophets were always the last one. To get your shit together, man. You see? And just like the Lord, like you say, how the Lord spake to our fathers, it says in Hebrews 1, you know what I'm saying? The Lord sundry times spoke to our fathers by the prophets, man. You see? And our people back then understood when the prophets come on the scene, it's about to be some judgment, man. It was that Lord that had enough, now he didn't send his man out there to give you that, to let you know what's about to go down. And the same thing in these end times, the scriptures say, there's the thing that have been is that which shall be. You see? So the prophets are back on the scene once again to let you people know what's about to happen, man. You see? Because whether you believe it or not, man, it's going to happen. You know, your unbelief is not going to stop the will of the Lord from coming to pass, man. You see?
Yeah. Hey, because things are coming. Hey, we're out here to let the people know. Like I said, that's why the Lord has had this word. You got to think through unicorn, through the internet, the World Wide Web. You know, this word is preached throughout the whole earth now. All right.
Okay, God, this is Jeremiah 28, verse 8. It says, the prophet that have been before me, before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of wars and of evil and of pestilence.
Hey, and the prophet before us, you know, we got many great men in our this book. Okay, the scripture. All right, they give us guidance. The Lord to open our minds up as He did the prophet before us. All right, to let the prophesy and let, as Kanah went earlier, bring what's to come. So it's been many prophets before us that basically have went out and told before what's forthcoming, what's to come about. All right, and like I said, the prophesy against many kingdoms. All right, of wars, of pestilence. All right, and what are we looking at now? As we just mentioned in Matthew 24, of wars and rumors of wars, as Yahweh Shai was talking to the disciples. All right, of like I say, pestilence. What do we have? We have the C to the 1, all right, to the 9. All these things that are happening. All right, as you said, mentioned the eating flesh of the young child. These things don't even get worse. Famine is coming about. Look at all these, and you got to think with that thing that happened in Ohio with that train derailment. It's been happening train derailment since then. The last 2 or 3 weeks, there's been multiple train derailments. All of them carrying chemicals that's hazardous to you. So what's that going to do? Get into your water stream? You ain't gonna be able to eat the fish. You know, all these things. You know, read Revelation 8 going into wormwood. You know, all these things is going to happen. You're going to be able to not drink the water. You're going to be able to eat the food in there.
It was one of those plagues in Egypt.
Yep.
They were in spiritual Egypt. You see? And the prophets, like I said, have been always spoken against great kingdoms, man. Yep. It's not America a great kingdom. In Revelation 11, it says that great city, man. You see, that great city which is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. You see, so same plagues, you know, the true prophet will be against these great. Have always been against these great kingdoms, man. You see, and the Lord is going back, okay, those plagues at this time, just like He did in ancient Egypt, man. You see, because it's going to happen. Like the brother said, it's going to get to the point where the Lord is going to make it when His water is untruth. He tells you in the book of 2 Esdras 8 that thirst and pain is prepared for you, man. You see, prepare for the 2/3, man. You see, and it ain't gonna just be no one day. When people read the story of Exodus, man, and the Lord bringing about those plagues, they think it just happened in one day, right? You know, first He brought the cloud. It just happened about a week. No, that was prolonged. The Lord prolonged it and destroyed that powerful infrastructure of that nation during that time, man. The most powerful nation, man. You see?
Yeah. And like I said, they feel like like you said, the locusts came, ate up the vegetation, the plants. Then the next day, like I said, they left.
Yeah,
the plants grew back.
Yeah. They just disappeared. Now they died and stunk.
Yep.
I'm talking about those frogs. They said the Lord sent lice and gnats. You see, the Lord irritates. Well, one fucking gnat.
Right.
You just at the house chilling. Motherfuckers kept flying. You just irritate like this.
You know, they try to get in your mouth and everything, your ears and up your nose, and I'm like, dude.
You talking like mob, you gotta keep your hand on your mouth.
You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but these are this is what's coming. Like I said, this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. These things are coming. And look at all, like for example, look at all these fires the last 5 or 6 years that's been happening. They've been saying historical fires. Hey, those fires are happening in California and all these places. Hey, that vegetation grew up. A lot of these places still people probably ain't moved back into it. You know, because the thing is, it's still burning. So you gotta understand, hey, a lot of places that the Lord is burning up have a lot of places where you have a lot of what happened recently, the last couple of years, you got these rich Edomites and stuff. Close to like Hollywood and things. All these things that are happening, hey, the Lord letting you know, you're not gonna basically rejoice in these places again. These times that we're in this is it. You know, Michael Jackson style. This is it.
Yeah, the Lord bringing those plagues again, man. This is 2 Esdras chapter 15 and verse 11, and it reads, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." So the Lord is going to, of course, He's talking about spiritual Egypt, man. Right. And when you read in Revelation the 11th chapter, verse 8, it speaks of that the great city spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, which we know is code for America, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Egypt that He's going to plague as before, man. You know what I'm saying? He says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm." Who's He talking about? His people, man. You know, the Israelites that's in the West, man. When you where is that in Jeremiah the 14th chapter? It's also in the 23rd chapter. You know what I'm saying? It goes into how He's going to deliver the children of Israel from the land of the north, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's reading it again, but 2 Esdras 15 and 11. "But I will bring them," those same people, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of Negroid descent, who make up the 12 biblical tribes of Israel. He said, "I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt," because that's what He did before, man, with ancient Egypt, with the actual land of Egypt over there, man. You know what I'm saying? When they had His people captive. It says, "I will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." So the Lord is about to bring that destruction, man. Yep. You know, just like He destroyed Egypt before, man.
There's actual documents, man. The Lord is when the Lord. Every time the Lord touches place, it's an image of His works. You see, you go back. I got one right now. It's called Apur Papyrus, man. You see, and it basically goes into how it's basically the viewpoint of everyday Egyptian, man. Just like now, like the low class, everyday citizen in America. It goes from the viewpoint of everyday Egyptian, man. When the Lord had brought those plagues, and He was like, just reading a little bit. It says, "Apur." It says 2 verse 5 and 6. "Plagues are throughout the land." It says, "Blood is everywhere. The river is blood. Man shrink from tasting. Human beings and thirst after water. This is he said, this is our water, this is our happiness. What shall we do in respects thereof? All is ruined.
Right.
You see, these people, like I was saying earlier, man, people read the story of Exodus and don't truly because it takes vision, man, to actually, when you read, and the apostles say it all the time, you got to put yourself in these scriptures, man.
Right.
You got to have a vision to see what these scriptures are talking about, man. You know, when the Lord brought those plagues on Egypt, man, it wasn't just no 1 day, 2 day. It didn't last just a week. It was a period of time to where the Lord had those people suffer, man. Right. It's still hard to where that whole infrastructure during that time, Egypt, you gotta remember, Egypt was falling, man, especially because of Joseph. Right. Joseph really put Egypt on a pedestal, man. Because when those made them rich, man. Just when that famine was out throughout the land, man, the Lord used Pharaoh. Use Joseph, man, to preserve that point, man. That way, when the rest of the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, his brothers come into the land, you know, like Joseph said, the Lord did that to preserve life, right? You see. So during that time, when that Pharaoh died and this new Pharaoh rose up and started putting hell on Israel, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, hey man, the Lord did some work, man, to the point to where, hey, he totally decimated that place, man. The most powerful nation at that time, man. The Lord is going to do that right here. The scripture said in Romans 9, for that same purpose have I raised thee up, man. You see? For that same purpose, just like the Lord did Pharaoh, hardened Pharaoh's heart to the point, because you had one of the Egyptians, he could say, hey, man, Pharaoh, look, man, like, Egypt, we through. Right. He even told him that, man, hey, Egypt is ruined. Let him go. But the Lord had hardened his heart, man.
This is, we just went into, like you say, he's going to smite Egypt again. This is Exodus 3:19. It says, you know what, let me start at the top, verse 18. And this is going to Yahushua, you know, at the burning bush. You know, the Lord just gave Moses who he is, that I am. You know what I'm saying? He is, you know, which is Yahweh. And he's speaking to Moses. He's breaking him down like what he's going to do and what Moses to do. This is Exodus 3:18. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto to him, Yahweh power of the Hebrews has met with us, and now let us go. But we beseech thee 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our power. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not by a mighty hand. And that's what you just want to, like you said. And it says, and I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof, and after will let you go.
Hey, the Lord is gonna do it again, man. The scripture tell you that he gonna set his hand a second time. And when was the first time he set his hand over cover his people? During what like the brother reading it, during the time of Exodus, man. Okay, during the time when the Israelites were in Egypt, serving servitude unto Pharaoh, man. You see, but I got that point I want to bring out. This is Exodus chapter 10 and verse 7. It says, and Pharaoh's servant said unto him, how long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? You see, the Lord had totally destroyed that place, man. You know? And then, the plague, man, that last plague was the one where the Lord took, killed all the firstborn, even the firstborn of the animals, man. Yep. Bro, the Lord wasn't playing, bro. Exactly. You see, and that's gonna, the Lord is gonna bring the plagues back again, man. These plagues are coming to America, man. Whether you people believe it or not, man. Like the brother was reading, 2 Ezra 15, man. All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. You see, so whether you believe it or not, your ass is gonna die, man. You see. It's not going to stop the work in the words that are written in these scriptures from coming to pass, man.
Hey, Isaiah 55:11, like I like to bring out the thought. Hey, the word of the Lord is not going to come back void. Hey, and the Lord wrote this. This is the Lord movie. As he said, we just read in Exodus. The Lord said that Pharaoh's not going to let you go till he stretch out his hand and show his wonder. Then what happened? Like you say, his men had to tell Pharaoh, "Hey, we done. We're good. We messed up. We're lonely now. We are destroyed." So you got to think those wonders that the Lord was showing, as you mentioned, that didn't happen in a day's time, and they come back and everything was all good. You know what I'm saying? All dandelions and lollipops. They was basically destroyed. The land was destroyed. And when you look at, like you say, the custom of Egypt, when you go into like the Pharaoh's daughter, what did she do? She went down to take a bath down in the water, in the bank. Now, could they do that when the water was turned red? No. So they were walking around stinking. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad stench among them. You have locusts that's gonna end up dying. You have the frogs dying. You can't take no bath. So you got to think. This thing, the Lord is going to bring something like that again. All right.
All those comfortability that this place has, man. Like the mother said, that's a comfort here in this place. You can just go and turn the water on, just, you know what I'm saying, take a bath, man. Anytime you fucking want something. You see, you got heat. You know, you go in, you cold, you turn the heat on. If you hot, you turn the AC on. All the Lord's coming around. You got lights. Right. You know, all this, the Lord is getting just like back then. All those was comforts. The Lord took that away. The Lord is going to get ready. He's getting ready to do it again, man. Hey, but that food too, family, that was a comfort. You see, and here in America, man, you can get food 247, man. The Lord he's getting ready to cut that off. You know, he's getting ready to cut it off to the point where these people are going to lose their damn mind. Like people say, the love of many shall wax cold. And you go to that word shall wax cold, it's the Greek word psycho, man. You see, you people are going to be unstable. You see? This is back in 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord."
Hey, speak thou in the ears of his people. All right, and who is the Lord's people? The so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, who are the Hebrew Israelites. All right, and like you said, the Israelite foreigners, all right, which we are scattered among the other nations. You know, and the scriptures let you know, hey, the Lord is going to come and he's going to redeem their salvation. You know, as it says in Isaiah 45 around the 17th verse, that world's end. All right, that's what he's going to do. He's going to, and that's talking about the world. So this is what's coming. All right, he says, speak thou in the ears of his people. All right, he says, speak thou what? Prophecy. All right, and what is prophecy? To say before. So we're telling you before these things are happening. All right, so we're basically trying to tell you to get your house in order.
Verse 2, it caused them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Hey, they are faithful and true. These things are coming. Hey, the word of the Lord is not going to come back void. So, hey, these things are going to happen. All right. So, like I said, he's gonna basically smite Egypt like like before. Hey, what is Revelation 11? This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. What did he do with Sodom? All right, all type of brimstone, all type of fire. You know, they still have the remnant. They can go back and pull up and pull what do they call it? The sulfur up today. All right, and they said this type of sulfur when you do that, look at the documentary, they lit it, and it shows like how hot it had to be, how hot it got.
It's the highest known. It's basically, you can't find sulfur that potent anywhere else on the planet, even inside a volcano, which shows you that's divine, bro. Just go watch those documentaries. Ron White, okay, he did one on Mount Sinai, you know, the Ark of the Covenant, all that, man. You see? So the Lord, hey man, our people looking for the sign. Yep. You know what the Lord will show the Lord. That's fairy tale. How is it fairy tale when it's evident? It's evidence everywhere, man. Right. You know? Right.
Yeah. And we just broke down like going on with these wonders, these plagues that occurred in Egypt. So you got to think he's gonna come back and do all that like he did in Sodom and he did in Egypt. Yep. You know, because this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It's spiritually Nineveh. You know what I'm saying? All these things are basically, the Lord is going to come. All these wonders and these signs and the destruction that happened on these great kingdoms is going to be basically compacted into what? Babylon the Great, aka America.
Luke 17 and verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man.
Yep. Days of Noah. Now what happened to the days of Noah? Noah was out there preaching for 120 years. And, you know, just I like to always kind of mention where, you know, you may have some people that would listen to Noah. You know, he's in building an ark. Now, you see somebody building something that ain't raining. You going out there like, no, what you doing? I'm building an ark. Well, you ain't got no water over here. You're building an ark. You ain't even about no water.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
He's like, hey, and he's letting them know, hey, it's gonna be water that's gonna come from the sky, and the Lord is gonna basically flood this place.
Man.
And he had probably some people listening to him 5, 6, 10, maybe 15 years. But all of a sudden, they're like, man, we've been listening to you for 15, 20 years, like our apostles. You know, been out there 40 plus years, 30, 40 plus years. You had people that was out here listening 10, 15 years, and they were like, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff, man, we done missed half our life because of you.
Yeah.
We're going back into this world.
The scriptures say, woe to you that have lost patience. Man.
Yep.
You see? During that time, like the mentioned, man, Noah was telling them something that never happened on the planet Earth before. Because during that time, the earth was watered via the dew. You see? Every morning, man. The dew of the earth, but they would water the plants and the grass, man. Just like now, how we telling them with the ICBM missile, man. What we telling them, they really can't see that, you know, it's truly a weapon out there that can truly destroy a continent, man.
Right.
You see? And then, like the scripture say, it was all via the Lord, man. The Lord, he said, I have made the spirit of the Lord that goes in the fire.
Yep.
See, so the Lord had made this instrument, man. You see, I have made the waster to destroy, man. Those wasters are the ICBM missiles, man. You see? Just like back then, those people were scoffing and mocking because the message that Noah was telling them was something that never happened on the planet Earth before, man.
Right.
Just like they mocked, hey, they remind me of the scriptures too, because they say we have been made a spectacle, man. Noah was a spectacle back then to those people. Like you say, he probably wasn't nowhere near no water, building a big ass boat. You know what I'm saying? They walk by, hey, he out there. He out there because you're in the hammer cloud.
Right.
Cloud, it's nighttime. They eat dinner and shit. What's still out there?
Right.
You know?
The foolishness of preaching.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He was out there preaching, and they were looking at him like he was like he was a fool, like he was like this dumbass nigga.
Yeah.
You know, he building an ark, and ain't no water. Laughing, talking shit, like the same thing they do today, bro.
Yeah.
As in the days of Noah, like you said, bro. Same thing today, bro.
It's, okay. Back in Luke 17 and verse 27, it says, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
Yep. Hey, and like I said, you had and what you have today, you have, like you just mentioned, you have wars and rumors of wars. You had bite dogs. You know what I'm saying? The president telling you that we're in World War III, and your former president saying we're in World War III. And you have people still, hey, what we're gonna do? I'm trying to marry my woman next month. You know what I'm saying? Setting up ceremonies, finna spend all their savings and get into debt and get married, and then they're gonna go out and be broke, and then they're gonna be fighting all the time. But hey, that's the time we're in. Our people our people don't care. They reject knowledge, as it says in Hosea 4:6. So the Lord, He's prepping to reject you. All right.
They trying to build in this world. They're trying to build on this side. America was never niggas. Y'all don't matter. Look at these fucking celebrities. They can't do shit. All those millions and some even got billions, like Rihanna. But they still can't do what they want to do. Esau telling them, hey, if they try to do something, Esau gonna take their fucking money away, man. But here, there's our people on this side, which shows you that you will never be able to establish anything in this man's kingdom, man. It was never set up that way, especially for you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Right. It was never designed for you to actually have generational wealth in this place. You know, this is a prison sentence, man. You see. But continuing on, it says, verse 28. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot. You see.
Yep. And what happened in the days of Lot? That's going into what? Going into Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, you got to think when we say Sodom and Gomorrah, it was like what, 5 cities? That was hey, and they were big, and actually Sodom and Gomorrah was actually was a balling too, because at one point Abraham had joined forces with the kings of Sodom. You know what I'm saying? And went to war. They joined to go to war together. You know what I'm saying? So they had spoils, they had things, they was doing good. But the thing is, there was a whole bunch of wickedness there. All right? And what happened in those days? Just like today, you have all this this motion going on, all this fruity stuff, and it was just basically what's the thing to do. Just like today, here in Sodom, aka America, it's the thing to do, the Western way. You know, you basically are not with the way of the alphabet game, you're against it. You know, if you basically say, hey, I don't believe in that, I condemn that, you're an enemy of the state.
Yep. You get blackballed, you get canceled, you know. That's why you got a lot of these, anybody, especially amongst these celebrities or anybody who have so-called rank in the society. Right. You know, if you speak, even at our job, when we say something about that shit, but we got to deal with these people too, man. Yeah. At the job, you know, or you go out to eat, you got to deal with a fucking moat, bringing your fucking food, you eating it, drinking out of the same cup with these goddamn demons, you know. That shit wicked, man. You know, just like the brother said, man. Hey, man, you. Now, especially in these times, man, you ain't gonna meet no woman that's not bi, man. Right. It's very, very rare to meet a woman and she's not bisexual, man. She's showing you the mindset. This is the same shit that was happening back then during the time of Lot, man. You know, the elder had shared in the chat earlier, man, that they pushing the push for bestiality, legalized bestiality, man. Yep. You best believe that shit was happening back then. Yep. And Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Those neighboring cities. Yep. You see? That's why the scripture say, hey, it's gonna be like the same. It's gonna be the same thing in the days when the Son of Man is revealed, man.
Right. I got one real quick, just to go into that with y'all going into. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, starting at verse 6, and it reads, "When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man," and the she represents wisdom, and that righteous man represents Lot. It says, "Who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities," which is what the Quran mentioned, man. You know, it says, "Of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul." And of course, we know that unbelieving soul represents Lot's wife, man. She turned and looked back when the Lord said, "Leave here and don't look back." And he dehydrated her right there on the spot, man. You know, turned her to a pillar of salt, man. You know what I'm saying? She was that unbelieving soul. She didn't want to leave Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? Which this place represents both spiritually Sodom and spiritually Egypt. You know, and majority of our people are attached to this place and they don't want to leave, man. So they're gonna get dehydrated as well, man.
Hey, if I can make a quick point, like we read in 7:15, they shall die and they gonna faithfulness, man. That's right. You know, showing you that unbelief, using Lot's wife as an example, man. Yep. The reward for unbelief is death. And you see, because like the Quran said, she didn't believe. That's why she turned around. And what happened? Her ass got put to death. Lord, dehydrated her ass. Right. Turned her to a pillar of salt, man. You know.
Right. Back in Wisdom of Solomon, and it's for a monument, man. You know what I'm saying? It says a monument of an unbelieving soul. You know, that's why that pillar is still there to this day, man. Yeah. As a reminder, man, a memorial thing remembered. So, and then what does the scripture say in Luke? Remember Lot's wife, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 8, Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 8, "For regarding not wisdom, which 2/3 of our people are in that spirit to this very day, they got not only this hurt, that they know not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world of memorial of their foolishness." Hey, burn up. And this place is going to be that same memorial, man. It's going to burn for a long time. And like when we're back in the land, we're going to be able to look over here for a period of time and see the smoke of her burning, like the scriptures say, man. That's going to be that memorial, you know what I'm saying? Of the foolishness that happened here, man. It says, "So that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid. But wisdom delivered from pain those that attended upon her," which is going to happen in these times. You attend upon wisdom, you're going to be delivered from the pain to come. Because scripture say in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter in verse 12, death by pain is coming, man. That's what's coming to the majority of the nation of Israel, man. Being stiff-necked and hard-headed, uncircumcised, like the scriptures say, you know? No, that's
Hey, this is Romans 1 and verse 24. And like I said, hey, it's going into, like I say, these things that we're seeing, that we're reading about going into Sodom, you know, and Gomorrah, and those 5 cities. You know, the Lord gave us a memorial of things what not to do. All right, but hey, same thing, the same spirit is upon here in Babylon the Great. This is Romans 1 and verse 24. It says, wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. All right, and like I say, he basically they dishonoring themselves when they basically going and changing themselves and basically setting up for like Dwayne. What did happen with Dwayne Wade's son? He got the court approved him to change his name and be basically now you're a woman. No, he's not. It was the guy said, hey, in time 100 years, 2 years, 100 years from now, they're gonna dig all these bones up, and they're gonna see two bones of a man and bones of a woman. Oh, yeah.
Y'all filming a movie?
No, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Preaching the scripture?
Yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah?
All of that.
All of that.
What did she turn into?
Pillar of salt.
Pillar of
Pillar of salt, right?
Yep. Just bought that scripture out. Yep.
Don't look back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep going.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
That's what you do.
Right.
Hey, you're running a lot of that here, right?
Oh, definitely. Everywhere. Yeah, definitely.
Like I feel you. I was kind of. He was like, "Man, let's go." I was just listening to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revelation 11 tell you that it's a spirit now here, spiritual Sodom and Egypt here. So all these things that happened in Sodom
That's right.
and happened here in Egypt, that spirit is here. So things that they were doing is back here today.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna see it just by walking down the block, especially in this place.
Oh, definitely. Downtown? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But what happened to Sodom?
Yeah.
And Gomorrah? It burnt up. What happened in the Egypt? They got all type of plagues. They never been. They
Hey,
were
we
a
got
great
plagues here. You
Yeah.
can't get rid of.
as the days before. These are gonna happen now.
They continue to happen.
Yeah.
That's right.
But check out your YouTube channel. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
You too.
Yeah.
I was make that point too. Yeah, you had one of those transformers even say that, man. She was like, they don't tell, they push forth it's like it's such a glamorous thing to change. But the chick, who was trying to transition to a man, she was like, bro, she have all kind of health problems now, all kind of shit like that. And she said the same thing you said, bro. If so-called scientists 100 years from now dig up her bones, they're gonna prove that this here was a woman. This here was a woman. Right. You see? So because you can't change what the Most High, Most High made, man. You see? Esau's trying to change, but you can't change it, man. You see?
That same woman, man, what fucking was? Hey, said, and basically the life expectancy. She said, I'm not gonna probably live to be probably another 10 years.
Right. Right.
Yep.
This is back in Romans 1 and verse 27. It says, and likewise also the men leaving the natural use of a woman burned in their lust.
What's the natural use of a woman? To be with a man to bring forth children, man, to be fruitful and multiply, right? Okay, the way the Lord set it up from the beginning in Genesis chapter 2, when he set it up with Adam and Eve, man. You see? She joined onto that man, cleaved onto that man. You see? And they became one flesh, man. You see? For that purpose, the way the Lord, like the scripture say, nature itself, I tell you, that two women and two men being together is death.
Yeah.
Right. You see? None can come from that but death, man.
Right.
You see?
Two women bumping body parts. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Yeah.
Bugged out,
That's
man.
bugged out. What are you getting from that? Then a woman who don't want a real thing, they don't put this little plastic on.
Was shaped after a man.
Yeah. You know?
Which cannot create anything, can't produce,
Yeah.
Offspring, man. The point of a man with a woman is to produce offspring, man, to keep things going. You know what I'm saying? A man with a man or a woman with a woman, you're not creating anything. Therefore, y'all gonna grow old and die. The next one's gonna grow old and die. Everything's gonna die off, man, because nothing was produced. Therefore, life ends, man. That's why it's the road to death. Come on, man. It's unnatural, man.
That's why Esau's trying to do shit and trying to figure out a way, these birthing pods, trying to
Yes,
figure out a way to keep that weight, but the Lord
Right.
ain't gonna allow it, man.
Right.
You see, the Lord not gonna allow this to continue.
Right.
Back in the middle of Romans 1:27, it say, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met.
Yep. That's why they're getting all these diseases. That's why AIDS is rampant amongst their community. Prostate cancer.
Yep.
Because you're not supposed to be doing those things. Even with a woman, you're not supposed to be doing no anal, man. The Lord that set that up there with, man. You see?
Right.
But here, hey, this place is pushed.
Verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Yep. Lord gave you people over because you got a lot of them say, Lord, God gave me this way for you. I was born this way. Now the Lord just gave your ass up unto your vile affections, man.
Right.
Like the scriptures don't say, man.
Yep.
You see? Why and they'll say, well, why to do it? Hey, because the Lord can do what you want to do, man.
That's right.
You see?
It says, and Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So, it's not convenient.
Exactly, bro. I was watching that damn movie, what's that shit called? The Knock at the Door, that fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's supposed to be about the man. They got the damn two damn moles on there with a little bow ass. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That boy, Esau pushed that shit in everything, man. Push that even with these other nations, man. That's why, hey, the scriptures talk about that wine, man. Everybody drunk off the wine of Babylon. You see?
Well, bro, and like when I was yesterday, when I was driving by, what is the Gms warehouse, the department store. They had like in a big ass billboard, two men with suits on holding each other's hands. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Yeah. I don't like the way you look. You know what I'm saying? And then you have what's that nigga name? I can't think of it, but he played Magneto on X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was like, when you go to a hotel, usually has a Bible in there. He said he would basically tear out Leviticus 18. Why is he tearing it out? Think about this. He's a Muslim. And he's so offended by the words of the Lord, he's gonna go open up that, because last time being the drawer, gonna open up the drawer, find that scripture, and tear it out. Got news for you. There's more scriptures in there that's condemning you.
This right here, Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them, man. So a man ain't supposed to be with a man just like a woman is not supposed to be. You got some, don't even try to slither around. You females, because it says man and mankind, they try to say, I said man. Don't try to slither. Don't try to slither like a little snake. No, man, it's talking about women too, man. Right. You're not supposed to be with each other, man. The Lord created the man, then he created the woman for the man, man. Those are the two that's supposed to be together. Point blank, bottom line, period. That's it. And here come this devil. Tell that body, hey, come on now. You can, yeah. Like a demon, man. You know what I'm saying? And now it's running rampant.
You can tell that's that nigga that was in the garden, bro.
Exactly.
On,
Slithering. Still it up. Surely die. Yeah. It's okay. Go ahead and try it. You're feeling it.
And that comes and it brings all the way back to how it started to going to the destruction of this place. That our Piglia. You can look her up. She basically goes into how the kingdoms are basically start to decay or break down. You have different eras of a kingdom, and now we're in America's like the decaying age. Right. The time of the decay. And she said when you start seeing the kingdom being brought down or starting to break down, one of the main things you see is the moles be running rampant. You know what I'm saying? All these things, and the currency start being weak. You know, because like I said, the dollar's still going, but the thing is, you see how they're going to basically change everything. All right? The things are about to change dramatically, and we're going to see some changes this year. But like you say, when the moles are running rapid, that's letting you know that a kingdom is basically at its end. Happened in Rome, all right? All these different kingdoms, when you go through their history, you look into it, and distinctively, you see a lot of that fruity shit going on.
Women empowerment.
Women empowerment.
Right,
Yep.
Right.
America big on both of that shit here, man.
Yep.
See.
Hey, and I was doing research a couple years ago. Another thing is, like a lot of chefs and cooks become famous or known. Now, what we got now? Food Network, Food Channel, you know, Master Chef. All these things, hey, they're showing it that, hey, the decadence, basically the decay of this nation, this kingdom. All right? And who runs it? The damn devil himself. All right? And that's why he's being revealed through his laws, his policies. You know what I'm saying? Esau, this damn white man, is being brought down. And hell, Eve is going to go down with him too. Because that's his, like you say, his right-hand woman.
Yep. Set that down. She was used to get at the Israelite man.
Yep.
And put hell upon the Israelite man. You see that plague that she did, that plague that she made with the serpent back then, that's getting ready to come to a halt. You see, the Lord's getting ready to do away with that. You see, he gonna put the spirit on Esau to say, he gonna say, bitch, shit. You know? I was just playing, nigga. You think I love you for real?
Right.
You're like a woman, you know what I'm saying? She just stuck up on a man. You know what I'm saying? Side dude been popular and she just, I'm leaving you for him. The bitch go knock on, she got all her clothes, bitch knock on the door. Hey, I'm here, baby.
Yep.
Bitch,
Right.
why you do that? I was just playing. Shit, bitch, I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
You about to be fucking. Like, you women about to find out, man. That's how he's supposed to treat you.
Bro, that remind me of that movie, Tyler Perry movie with what's her name? Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah.
Man.
Remember when she damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. The family that prays.
Yeah. For that rich
The Edomite dude.
Yeah.
But at the end, you know what I'm saying? That's what he pulled on her.
Yeah.
You know, bitch, basically, you know, get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? And she begging, running to the car, and you know, like exactly. That's what this nigga, and they showed you in that movie, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't see my Edomite bitch in here? They were telling me, I see my Edomite bitch.
Exactly. Because he had his Edomite wife at the crib. She had her husband, but she gonna diss him to go to the, you know what I'm saying? Man, hey, it's all good.
That let you know, because when you look into every other nation, who really pushes that? You mentioned earlier that woman empowerment. You got the nigga woman, black girl magic. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit. You know, trying to put them above your man. You know, and you don't fail for the okie doke. And we know, like you say, it's because of you know Jake going off. We went off. You know, but hey, even going with that serpent since the time of the garden.
That's right.
Hey, well, we're gonna go ahead and end it off. Hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. We'd like to give all praise and glory honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the apostle of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you out here pushing the word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Whoa.
I gotta watch that one, bro.
Yeah, the